Hello and welcome, my faithful followers and brand new people as well. My name is Erica from Me to You Paper Crafts. Today I'm bringing you a fun fold. The card itself is not a fun fold, but there is a very cute fun fold on the front of the card, which I'm sure you will enjoy. It's an origami fold. And this is not new to me. I didn't design this. This has been around for quite some time, but it creates this little window of interest on the front of your card. So I'm going to show you some samples that I made. This is the first one that I made, a Christmas card using some interesting pink and green paper. This is paper in our holiday catalog. And the paper also has these beautiful ornaments on here that you can fussy cut out. Or if you're lucky enough to have a scan and cut machine, then you can cut them out with that. But this is what this fold looks like. It opens up, you see? So what you can do, if you don't like it totally opening up, then you can glue it down. This one I didn't glue down just because the ornaments are kind of, you know, would be covered over. But I made another one with the beautiful Penguin Place stamp set. And this one I did stick down. As a matter of fact, I put dimensionals underneath the flaps just to give it a little bit of a lift. And so this is a birthday card all ready for a special person in my life. Red's not really her color, so I need to really make it out of purple. So I might make another one. Anyway, so today we're going to make this card. And I am using the Merry Snowflakes stamp set, because I pulled out the beautiful some snowflake paper here that we have. This was part of some designer series paper that you got for free during our last celebration. So this is it's green, garden green color. And so I'm going to pull out all my pieces here to show you. So I have a card base. And I have two pieces of 4 by 5 1/4, one of which I'm going to emboss with my favorite folder called Brick and Mortar. This is for the inside panel of the card. Then I have this piece for making the origami fold, and this piece is to mount it on top. Okay, so these are all of the pieces. So like I said, all of the cardstock cutting and scoring measurements will be in the blog post. This is a very cute stamp set. Now, just so you know, we are coming close to the end of December, so all of our holiday catalog items are retiring. So if you want anything right now, you need to order like today. We will get shipping if you order this week, but after that, you're taking a chance that you might not get the items. So just a little warning there. Now, yeah, so let's get started. So we have our card base here. This is our standard card base, and I am going to, of course, score this in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. Okay, that's the first thing to do. And I'm going to pull in my bone folder. And let's score that. Okay, we might do some stamping and decorating on the inside panel, so I'm going to set that aside for a second. Now, on this panel, what I want to do is emboss this with my brick and mortar folder. Now, before I do that, I might decide to stamp a greeting. So you have an option for greetings. You could stamp it on a separate piece of paper and mount it on top. I did pull out a piece of our soft sea foam just in case I want to do that. But you can also stamp on here and then you emboss it. Okay. So for example, on this one, I did stamp the Merry Christmas and then I ran it through the embossing folder. So you can have a greeting sort of inset into the embossing folder if you want. Now I did pull out another stamp set that has some great greetings in it called Holly Jolly Wishes, and I thought I might do this It's the Most Wonderful Time of Year on my card. because I think when it's snowing, if we do get snow, I love the snow. I grew up in Montreal, so I'm well aware of snow. Don't like big storms, don't like shoveling, but I do enjoy when the snow is falling, especially if they're those really huge flakes. I absolutely love that. So let's mount this on a block. Okay, and I think I'm going to put this down in the bottom right-hand corner of this, and I'm going to do this in my Memento Black ink. And then I will take this over to my embossing machine and run it through. So okay, so we've got that. And I will go and run this through my folder. Now the wonderful thing about our embossing folders is that you can take an ink pad and drag it over and then fold it over, and then you'll get some color on your embossing, which is really cool technique. All right, I will be right back. Okay. Look how fantastic this is. Another idea that I've done as well is you take some baby wipes and sort of like ball the baby wipe up and then tap it on an ink pad and then just gently rub it over the embossing folder. That's kind of a unique and cool look as well. All right, so we can go ahead and glue this on our card. And because it's embossed, I really do like to use my Tombow glue. It's kind of hard to drag a tape runner over the embossing. Okay, and let's put this on our card and hold that down for a couple of seconds. All right, now I'm going to show you how to make the fold. So I made a little prototype just so that you can see when it's done. So it's basically a square piece of paper. Now you can make this any size you want. Okay, the size that I'm using is a 3 3/4 inch square. So you can make it larger or smaller, whatever you like, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do this. So you're going to take your DSP, and whatever pattern you want on the inside is what you're going to face up, okay? So to start with, you are going to fold this in half in both directions. So just line up your paper as best you can. Okay, and I like to use my bone folder to give it a nice crisp edge. And then you're going to fold it in the other direction. So if you hold it up and get your corners matched, you're off to a good start. Okay. Now, luckily if you've got good lighting, you can actually see the center of those two squares or those two lines right there. But if you can't see it very well with your DSP, you can kind of fold it up and then find your center and then put a pencil mark in it. You're going to be covering up the center anyway, so you can put a little pencil mark in there. And then the next step is to fold up the paper to the center. Now, a really cool trick is to hold up your paper and sort of like butt this folded piece up to that score line, okay? And then put it down. What's really important in folding this is that you get the paper meeting down here, okay? So I'm going to fold this one over, and again, I'm going to hold this up and I'm going to butt it up right into that corner, okay? And I'm watching my point at the bottom. I want to make sure that point meets. Okay. You want to try and avoid a gap at the bottom here. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Just do your best. This paper is kind of stiff. So, you see, I'm just trying to get that corner meeting at the bottom. So we've got one last piece to do, or one last side, I should say, and get that in there like that. Okay, so just go over with your bone folder. All right. Now, the next thing is to fold these over. Now, an easy way I found to do it, because it can fold a little bit crooked. Here's a little tip for you. So you want to line up this folded edge at the 1/2 inch mark on your trimmer. So here's my 1/2 inch mark here. So I'm going to line that up. I'm going to hold the paper pretty tight so it doesn't move around. And then I'm going to flip this triangle over, put down my thumb protector, and I'm going to take my scoring blade and I'm going to score it. Okay, so I'm going to rotate it, and again I'm going to line this up at the 1/2 inch mark. So hold it pretty tight, fold over, whoops, I moved it, so just line it up again. It's very slippery, and then score that triangle, and then rotate again. Line that up at the 1/2 inch mark. Okay, and I have one more to do. Now, make sure that you've put your cutting blade out of the way, because it would be awful if all of a sudden you cut this instead of scoring it. Okay, so that is your scoring. So now what you're doing is you're folding back those little triangles. And having scored it, it makes it a lot easier, and you'll know that they're even. Okay, so there you go. There's your little fun fold. Okay. All right, so this is going to go on the front of the card like this. Now, you can angle this any way you want. You could square it up. You could angle it on the diagonal if you wanted to, which is what I think I might do today because I'm kind of liking that look. Okay, so you could do that. Now, before I glue that on, let's think about what else I am doing. So what I did was I went into my glimmer paper. This is retired, but I still have quite a bit left over, and I thought these snowflakes would be really pretty cut out with our glimmer paper. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use them yet, but I've got them. And then you see this Mary Snowflakes has these gorgeous stitched snowflakes. I love everything stitched. I've got them in here on some magnetic sheets here. So look at what they look like. Okay, now some of them don't cut the outside edge. This is kind of embossed. So what you do is you put this on a piece of paper, and you then surround it by this piece. This is the piece that will cut it out, but then you get all this embossing on the inside of the snowflake, you see? So some of them, here's another one that's like that, and here's another one that's like that. So you're actually embossing inside your snowflakes. These cut out the whole snowflake. No, these cut out the whole snowflake. Then you've got another one here. And then you've got, these are really sweet too. These are just little embossed pieces. So you could put these, you know, on your cardstock and emboss little, I don't know what they are. They're parts of the snowflake. Just these little lines are kind of cute, etched lines. And then this is the same thing. This is amazing. This is just embossing. It doesn't cut anything out. It just embosses the paper. It's really cool. I love this set. So there you go. That's the dies. So anyway, these are the 3 that I cut out. Okay, so I think now I could do a greeting in the center as well. You can use a circle punch if you happen to have one, or you can use our beautiful circles dies. These are fantastic. Yeah, this would be kind of cool. So you find a circle that will fit in the middle. And what I might do is, let's see, I might cut this out of, okay, first let me go back. This piece is cut to create a border around the origami fold. Okay. And then I could cut another piece of that same color and put a circle in the middle of it and build my snowflake on top. Okay, or you could have done your greeting. You would want a shorter greeting. You could stamp it on the circle and put it in the middle. So have your greeting in the middle. Then you could put snowflakes around the outside. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and cut a circle. So I will be right back. So here's my little circle. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this origami piece on top of my base. So I'm just going to use my glue so I can slide it around to get it on there even. There we go. And again, I like that crooked idea. So I'm going to do that. And then I will put this in the center and build my snowflakes on top. So let's glue this down to the base of the card. Hold that down for a couple of seconds. Now, I could build my snowflakes one on top of another. Like so. So I could build them up with dimensionals. So let's just put this little snowflake. Just going to add a little bit of glue on here. Now, I like to grab just a piece of paper and hold that down. Okay. And then I will add this one on top.
Motion detected as a blank. Okay.
Okay, and then this last one I will put on a dimensional. I'm going to use my mini dimensionals. I have to swap out my Take Your Pick tool. I love it. It's got all these different gadgets on it. So let's put this on here. And then this is just screaming for some kind of a rhinestone or a gem on the top. So let's put that on there. And then this is going to be glued. I'm going to put this also again on some, a dimensional. Like so. Okay, and then there's no need for these to really flap up, so I think I might just glue those down on this card this time. Now you could put more dimensionals in here. So what you want to make sure is that you line up a straight edge just at that fold, right, like that. Okay, and then fold it on top. And once I've done that, I think I will glue them on the inside as well, just to hold them down. Okay, so that gives the flats a bit of dimension, but I'm going to just put a little bit of glue and hold that down. So, yeah, I've been really enjoying making these cards. They're a little bit different. It's a bit of a different take for a fun fold. Okay, there you go. There is our card. Very pretty. I love that in the green. All right, let's do something on the inside of our card. So we can stamp some snowflakes. I mean, you've got these beautiful dies, but you've all, and look at this beautiful flourish in here. So what I might do, see, this says it's the most wonderful time of the year, and this came from the Holly Jolly Wishes. But what I'm going to do on the inside, which is totally appropriate, is may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Because I was just talking about snow. So let's grab that, and I'm going to do some flourishing. Some windswept snowflakes. So I'm going to grab this smaller one, and let's take this off the block. We'll put this on. Oh, that's not quite big enough. Oh, that's the same size. What am I doing? Let's put this flourish on here. Okay. And then I'm going to do this snowflake like so. Now I'm just going to grab these two green inks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my greeting in this garden green. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it in black. I think I'll match my greeting to the front of my card. So I'm going to do the greeting. So let's grab another long block here. Okay. Now, if you have our beautiful grid sheets, then you can line up your cardstock on your grid sheet. And I often do this when I'm trying to line up my stamp. So I'm going to ink this up. Now, I may not have used this stamp yet, so I'm going to just test it out on a piece of scrap paper. Sometimes it's nice to condition your stamps before you stamp, and conditioning just means, you know, inking it up and stamping and inking it up and stamping again. Okay. So let's stamp this. Now I'm going to turn this over because I think I got glue on there. Okay, I'm lining it up on my grid sheet. And then I'm going to, sorry if my head gets in the camera, but I want to get this fairly straight. Oh, and I caught a line. I hate when I do that. I didn't check. Luckily, I've got another piece right here. All right, so what you want to be careful of is that you don't catch an edge. So I usually keep some Q-tips handy. I don't think I have any right now, but I use Q-tips. I'm just going to use my finger today, but I use Q-tips I just drag over the edge just to get rid of any lines that might be on there. I probably stamped a little bit too hard. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we'll be happy with that. Okay, let's cover up our ink. All right, so with the flourish, I'm going to pull in this beautiful soft sea foam, and I'm going to stamp up my flourish. And again, watch for your edges there. You don't want to press into our ink pads. They are foamy. Okay, and I'm going to do some flourishes right through the greeting. Okay, and then I'm going to use the same color and I'm going to just stamp a few snowflakes. I'm going to stamp one off the edge up here. I'm just going to do a few on the edges. And one down in the corner. Okay, and then I'm going to pull out an envelope and I'm going to do the same thing. There you go. There's the envelope. So we can now glue this to the inside of the card. Let me just grab my silicone sheet and my tape runner. And we'll put this on the inside of the card. And there's our card with a matching envelope. Isn't that pretty? Now, I thought I would put some gems on here, just because I can. So we've got some really pretty, look at these. These are very pretty. They've got, yeah, these will be beautiful. These are our genial gems. Genial gems. And I'm going to take my, I'm going to cover up that pokey end so I don't hurt myself. And I'm going to put a few gems. Now I'm going to take one of the bigger ones. I think I lost the glue on that one. I put this one right in the middle of our snowflake. Okay, and then I'll put another couple of around. So there we go. So you can see that. Very pretty. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, just to remind you, look down below this video and you'll see a link to my blog post with all of the cutting and scoring measurements. And you can always refer back to the video to see how to put the card together. If you like what you see, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. If you'd like to be notified of the next time I upload a video, then you can click on the bell, and you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and until next time, have a very, very Merry Christmas and enjoy all of your holidays. Bye for now.